Yo, my people, you already know how we get down. We got Yanmega fodder today. Yanmega fodder. As we did yesterday, I'm going to try to focus on winning with Yanmega, even if it's not the technical best win condition in every situation. All right, let's say, for example, in this matchup, Sneasler is probably a better win con. Actually, I'm not grassy terrain, I'm air balloon on this one. I'm not the grassy terrain one, so I was like, with the defense boost, I'll clap Gambit, but one of my Terra Ghosts, yeah, which helps with the magenta, so we can Dire Claw it, put it to sleep, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, it's we shall see. It's gonna be a good time. I'm low kick. I'm Catalyst. Catalyst doesn't hurt in this matchup. Does hurt versus Moth, but Moth ain't taking Iron Heads. Jaws is easy for the team, and Roaring Moon does well too. If you were to Moth with me, it would be an issue. Meaning if he would lead Moth versus my, let me think, Gomorrah is a bitch. It's a bit mindless, but it's, let me think, if I EP, Earth Power does not proc the thing. If I were to Earth Power into Rapid Spin, what would he do? What can he do? He can't even, he wouldn't even break my sash. Unless he Terra Ghosts. So at this point he wouldn't even get any hazards up. So unless the Gambit's Terra Ghost, in which case Air Balloon, in which case I would just get rocks up. In fact, unless he goes Moth here, I get rocks up anyway. So basically this forced him to give up his Gomorrah. He got no toxic spikes and no rocks because I was special. So he goes to Moth, which we forced in, beautiful, and forces him to attack. So at this point, it's not really that fruitful for me to just give up the treads. Even though the rocks, because he has to go for the, well, not doesn't have to go for the Fiery Dance, but he will go for the Fiery Dance. And so if that's going to happen anyway, this is going to be negative damage. I forced the Terra, which can be helped with Gambit's Terra Fire if he gets the boost. Now I force the Terra, or he just dies. Never mind. Volcania. I forgot who the fuck this was. The big thing is that the Volcanion, it's not necessary for anything else as well. I guess it could have been nice for Gambit Terra, but I have low kick on my Gambino, and it's max speedo, forcing all of these boosters to come in is amazing. It's a beautiful thing. A couple ways we could go about this. Do I need to Terra my Yanmega? It'd be nice to Terra Ground. So I could also go Gambit. Watch him be that one weirdo mix shit. Gambit's not that useful. I mean, it's good, but it's not required. My Earthquake, I don't have Earthquake. I need to be careful around his Gambit. Terra Firing would ensure that nothing could happen. If I get CC'd, this was a waste of a Gambit. But I need to Terra anything else though. I can see Valiant Terra grounding Yanmega and one-shotting the so yeah, just Moonblast, which I figured, because this is an exchange off. It's just funny, I'm only falling one. But what this does is because of the speed tier I have and having low kick, I'll be able to switch out and keep this for his Gambit. Because the only way his Gambit could do work is if it low kicks. But if he Swords Dances, it could put me in a weird spot to Zenta. And it's gonna force me to have the Throat Spray. So it's all about strategic positioning, especially because I don't have I have Taunt on Roaring Moon, which, I mean, I'm Earthquakeless, so sacking treads doesn't make sense. Yeah, I always go hard Yanmega. I doubt you can 2 KO Yanni. Should press hard. And this allows for me to air slash straight up. I mean, if he's Stone Edge fucking Zamazenta, I'm out of here. Actually, probably better to bug buzz first. Get the throat spray. It's the worst case scenario. He has Stonage. This is no way. I mean, this is lower ladder. This is just no way. There's no way he has Stonage. Air slash. You fucking this loser has Stonage. Who uses Stonage fucking Zamazenta, bro? Alright, that changes a lot. Okay. I should have protected, but I didn't want him to sub. But I guess if he subbed, there's no way his coverage move is Stonage. I didn't want him, if it, the Stonage is such an improbable situation that I was like, alright, if push comes to shove, he body presses. I think this guy just doesn't get it. Like, this is the most obvious Terra flying of all time, you know. And Gambit's getting opened up in Sneasler, so the Sneasler is, I think, Terrifier. Still did a fuck ton. He's offensive, I think. Why is he doing so fucking much? I may have lost, it depends. Since he Terra'd, maybe not. Because Sneasler is going to oh, I'm fast Sneasler. Okay, perfect. That's actually perfect. I think I'm outside of Gambit range. Dark Cloud is 21. Even if Gambit were to come in, I can sucker punch. It'll depend on a couple things. If he goes Gambit, he has to sucker. But he'll definitely Gambit. Let me see. It's 56. Fallen 4. Sneasler is frail as shit. I wouldn't be shocked to see it do 56. Yeah, the Stonage. I'm like, who runs Stonage? You know, what the fuck? So if I subbed there, I mean, if I protected there, but yeah, there's decent to lose. I guess if he went Gambit, the throat spray, bug buzz, or I could Terra ground. It would just get me so much value if he didn't have Stonage, and it's so improbable that I was willing to risk it. It wouldn't lose me the game if he had it, but I'd instantly win the game if he didn't. So that's how I looked at it. So he's willing to give up the Ogre Pawn, because this should get one shot by this. Yeah, he wants the, which is gonna come down to a speed tie, or he doesn't have low kick, or so let's see, King Gambit, OU offensive, Fallen 5, Sneasler. I mean, I'm still CCing. There's no way I'm not CCing. Unburdened Sweeper. Oh, it doesn't kill. Out of my sight. It can kill. It's very high roll. This guy's luck. Nah, he didn't get any luck. Hitting Stonage is luck. Nah. But yeah, Sucker does 48 to 56 by 4 defense EVs. He gets the roll. That's what I mean. Like, it depends on what happens. If it's a speed tie, if he has low kick, if it's sucker punch, if it's black glasses, he probably wasn't max speed. But I mean, getting the roll there, blasphemous. So Yanmega literally did nothing. And we said we're gonna structure the game in order for Yanmega to do work, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault. And yes, fucking Slowking Galar. It's not his fault. I'm telling you, it's not his fault. It actually can do decently here. It's just Clefable, you know. Another situation where Sneasler is far greater than everything else. And Gambit, Shaka. If I overwhelm the Slowking Galar, I really don't even have to overwhelm it to beat it with Volcanion. Just get the burn. Really, it's a wrap. I'm debating whether or not it's worth trading for Tusk. I mean, if I take the Tusk, what does he switch into the Sneasler? If I beat up the Galar Slowking or the Clefable. I just don't think it put me at too much risk to try it, because I'm really trying to structure this to where Yanmega is the one wins the game in my head, but it leaves a lot of openings for me versus if I just completely ignore the Yanmega and structure it towards Roaring Moon, for example. Just a far easier one to win with, or Sneasler or Gambit. Not Gambit, I just lure out the, depends on what this guy's points. So we're gonna because Tread Speed tier covers for dose. I think this kills it. Oh, it's only base 140. I thought it was 150. Such a shitty move. So it's CC and die. Is it worth Roxing? It's really not. Is it worth getting rid of Zapdos? You know, what's my alternative? I could go hard on Mega. So you're gonna do that. It's not worth. He's banded. Okay. So this is I get best of both worlds here. We're gonna play intelligently rather than like mindless rocks and then trying to do a bunch of extra shit. Because we're gonna get the rocks up and keep the treads. Right, and he doesn't know that I'm special, so yeah. So I actually get to Steel Beam, get the Steel Beam damage, and actually I'm 301 speed. Ooh. But he always CCs again. Even if he doesn't, then for some reason feels the need to Brave Bird my Yanmega. I mean, that's to be an awful play one, but it wouldn't. Again, Yanmega, unfortunately, it's not the weakest link. It's just not. It's very difficult. I have to position I don't have any U-turn or anything, so I have to position it to perfection, and then it can't muscle past Slowking without terroring. You know, all these roadblocks. Sucker punchable. I'd have to protect a ton, and then have to go against the Terra. So yeah, the fact that he Brave Bird there gave me a lot of insight. Because that was never the play. That gave me a lot of insight. Because that, you know, maybe you're not considering risk first. He's gonna lose a lot of value because of that play. Because I know he's banded. You just didn't need to. If I stay in with the treads, you lose the Zapdos if you Brave Bird. Right? Unless he's just expecting. So yeah. So now he loses the his Tusk. These things are like, these are what I'm talking about. So I get to Steel Beam here, which would cover for Zapdos switching in and Tusk. See? Gotta think about the consequences of your actions. Why am I making this decision? Now he's lost his Tusk and his Zapdos because of that one quote-unquote prediction. Is it worth it? What is your win condition? And that's a classic example of that. 2-for-1 special. 2-for-1 special. And now he's like, shit, I should have thought about that further. Now I done gave up Zapdos and my Tusk. Not even factoring the fact that this Gambit is no fucking joke. Mine. He's like, oh shit, that Gambit's looking dangerous in the back. Oh shit, like what are the consequences of me giving up Zapdos and Tusk's health? Oh shit, that Sneasler is looking tricky in the back. And the Sneasler doesn't even need to boost because he gave up the Tusk move, right? So these are things you want to consider, man. It's not like the game's over by any means. This does imply that he's physical as well on this. It's just funny because I could Terra Ghost and kill him. Would I Terra anything else? I think Terra Ghosting on Sneasler could be profitable. Or Terra Firing on Gambit. Not Terra Firing on Gambit isn't profitable. Just debating whether that's worth losing him on here. Could be some mixed stuff. If I were to hard Sneasler, because this is very problematic for him to switch into. If I were to hard Sneasler, on this CC. I'd lose my balloon, get on burden. This is also one of the things Gambit has to get around. Roaring Moon can't get past Gambit. But is it worth taking the damage on Sneasler? From this. If I give up treads, what would I revenge kill this with? I'd maybe risk Roaring Moon, but if he's scarfed or something, he'd probably kill me. So risk Roaring Moon, Acro, and then you do what? I'm actually gonna go Sneasler here. So CC as expected. But positionally, Sneasler puts him in a far more sinister position, unless I force a Terra, which would be good because then I don't have to be as concerned about Gambit's Terra. So at best, at worst, because this CC 41, I think that's just normal. I could see him Terraing here, but as I said, the Dire Claw, and plus, unless he goes Gambit, which obviously wouldn't solve anything. Yeah, Dire Claw doesn't get the luck I need, but Slowking Galar can't do anything. I can SD on the Galar Slowking. If he Future Sights, he can lose 2 months. The Dire Claw, if I got something there, it'd have been blessed. So let's see. Oh, he has straight up Side Shock. Okay, that didn't work. I think he's AV then. I mean, I'd assume we were Future Sight. It doesn't change too much in that, Gambit's Terra firing is key. So I ended up losing Sneasler, but the given all of the odds there, I think that was the correct decision. Yeah, he ended up sacking the Slowking, which means he can't switch into I like forcing his hand. He can't switch into Volcanion, so Volcanion every turn is a kill. And that's gonna be big because Roaring Moon similar, forcing his hand. That's why I said I kept the Treads, because Treads forces his hand. I've shown Steel Beam, you don't want to lose Clef, but Earth Power here is a low risk play for me because if he were to go Gambit, if it's Air Balloon it would suck, so he was gonna just give up the Clef. Oh, he thinks he's surviving. Come on, dude. Fuck. I hate when people get rewarded for stupid plays. Clef was finna get obliterated there, which meant more, it is what it is, whatever. So, Fallen 3 Iron Head destroys this. The issue now becomes I need to get rid of 2 of his mons. So if I SD, I'm not killing Tusk. It's better to Iron Head here. I want to stay on the Balloon. Beam Balloon is a big deal. That Steel Beam miss was big. Such a shitty play going for Stealth Rocks and Moonlight the first time. The Earth Power is correct, but it is what it is. So it's far from over or anything, but we just want to account for everything. Flinch, Rocky Helmet. That's really shit. That means SD was my better play if it was gonna pan out in this way. So I might have lost because of that here. If he just took an Iron Head, then he's probably very Fizz Def or has a lot of Fizz Def, which means Steel Beam would have killed. I don't even think, even if he wasn't Fizz Def, Steel Beam wouldn't kill. So that's gonna bite me. Yeah. But it's far from over. If he does some shit like okay. I was gonna say if he does some stupid shit like I'm not gonna Terra it. If I had Earthquake, I would Terra this, but I'm gonna continually bluff and force the Gambit and taunt the Gambit, and then that's when the end game is gonna come down to Volcanion, which is already factored. That's why I haven't Terra'd yet. So he actually goes Gambit first. So I'm assuming he's gonna force a Terra. Could Swords Dance, but I mean you're risking an Earthquake. So he just goes to Gambit and Terras, which is very odd. I mean he goes to Gambit and so now I mean it could be faster than me, it's unlikely though. So let's think about this. If you were to Sucker Punch leftovers, if you were to Sucker Punch Nitera Fairy, there's no way Iron hits this turn. What I don't want him to do is switch and switch back out. Switch out here and switch. I mean, why would you just give up the... So I'm gonna Flamethrower here. If he Terras, it's gonna be a bitch. Did he already Terra? No, he didn't. I swear that one Steel Beam, we played it to where Clef would have gotten no rocks, fucking Terra Darks. Yeah, and that's what I was afraid of. If I Terra Fairied there, that wouldn't have been an issue. Now I lose, but it is what it is. If I Terra Fairied there, this wouldn't have been a game. So no rocks would have been up. Gambit would still be on his balloon. No rocks up, Gambit's still on his balloon. Frankly, Gambit wouldn't have even come out. Gambit would still be at full, and it would beat his Gambit one-on-one. So that's an interesting example though of somebody not playing well and being bailed out and not being able to look back and go, okay, well I won the game, therefore I played well, right? But not realizing that up to that point, complete, like no shot if we hit Steel Beam. The Steel Beam has to, it's gonna miss sometimes. But I'm pointing this out and emphasizing it because I made a post about this concept called resulting, where players think, well, if I got the outcome, that means my decisions were right. No, right? So you always rewatch your replays even if you win, because we broke down exactly how the opponent had no shot if RNG didn't bail. So yeah, let's see if we can get another Slowking matchup, which isn't ideal for Yanmega, but we'll make do. I think I can just crush him with Gambit. If he plays like the last guy, for sure. For sure. He also gets destroyed by a Roaring Moon. What a Roaring Moon weak team. Sneasler is a problem too. Very interesting team on this one. I'm actually gonna Yanmega prioritize here. It seems like an obvious. I don't know this guy's brain. I mean, I want to just hard switch to Treads. If he's Sport, so be it. Yeah, should go always Slowking there. He doesn't know if I'm physical or special, so now I'm willing to. The rocks are key because I need to know if that's Samurott Sash, because Sneasler and Roaring Moon SDing is gonna be a really key thing. Like Roaring Moon right now, and all I have to do is force a Terra, and I really don't know how he beats the Moon of the Roaring. So, Yanmega is really Spore fodder, which is a damn shame. It's a damn shame. It's a little better to keep Treads than Yanmega, because I have to Bug Bust first to even do any damage to the Slowking, and then it walls me. So he Grass Knots. Okay, we'll attack into it here just to see. End up missing, which is life. It's life. It's life. It's very interesting. I wonder what the I need damage on this for the Roaring Moon. He knocks off. Probably feels like a fool right now, as he should. He has knockoffs that lets me know Sneasler on Balloon is a bitch. He obviously has the option of Protect, so we reposition in a Volk here, cover for that, and now it's a dangerous spot because now I forced the Slowking in. Hopefully burn, no burn, that's fine. But the best he can do is let's see. I could taunt, but it's a waste of a turn. Plus I think he should just attack. But next time I say it's heavy duty boots on the Samurai, and that's fine. I still have my spin option. Volcanion taking damage is not supreme excellence. Shout out to Sun Tzu. We might be able to get a kill here. We'll see. Depends on what Ceaseless does to me. Yeah, unless he has Sucker Punch. The combination of Bug Buzz, it does have Sucker. It does imply that he probably can. We'll see. If he wants to give this up. It's Terra Water. Okay, so I forced the Terra, which is good. Again, I don't make any plays that I can't come back from. So now I forced the Terra, and Roaring Moon just needs to set up. And I can set up versus his Glide. Actually, knock off Protect. It's hard to say. Teacher's Edge, Sucker Punch. Because this took a lot of value from me. But again, as I said, I've never made a play that I can't what's the word I'm looking for? Like, that I can't see forward enough to know that I can come back from. Roaring Moon's gonna have to take rocks. A couple ways I can go about this. I could scout if he has Sacred Sword and go Gambit. A Gambit can win by itself. But I don't have Kowtow. So I have to be a bit more patient here. It's gonna get to Ceaseless Edge. Terra Water. I'll keep that in my back pocket as a bit of data. So this is perfect. Primarily because this is a spin blocker. So it's Team Eruptions. I mean, he goes Dragapult. You can't Shadow Ball. If he Dracos, I Terra Flying and Dragon Dance, and it's... Is it a wrap? It doesn't matter. Steam Eruption. Dracos, Specs. Specs, Dracos. I want to say... Let me see the calc on this. Because it's going to come down to some Dragapult. I can tell he's not thinking far enough ahead unless there's I know what I could do. I just want to know how much Draco would do to me. But this might not work. Depending on how far ahead in the game. I think if I go Roaring when he has to Draco me again, I have to take 2 turns of spikes. But the issue is I need him to one-shot Iron Treads. So I'm not gonna run the calc. The issue with this is that it makes me take damage to where I might be in Sucker Punch range from Samurai. So I don't get the attack boost. Let's see how much it does. It doesn't put me in range. Okay. I don't know if he thought enough about that. To where I think I'm outside of, I mean, it's hard to say. 44%. There's no way Score is taking. I could DD here, but it's pretty low risk. Acro, fucking, there's no way. You're taking 60, less than 60 from this. And if he's not careful, Gambit's gonna come through. So that's another thing in the back I'm considering. There's no way you're taking less than 60. So it comes down to whether Sucker Punch can kill me. I wouldn't have Amoongust. Like, I'd go for the it doesn't. Yeah, I figured. That's why I was, when he Draco'd, I was like, I don't think he thought that through. That's why we just discussed the looking forward into the game, right? Because I'm like, I didn't have time to run the calcs, but just out of the head calcs, -2 Pult, Roaring Moon's great HP and great SPDEF, and like -2 no super effectiveness. I wasn't sure how much that's gonna do, but I'm like, I feel like that won't do enough to where Sucker kills me. So I was contemplating going to Roaring Moon first, then doubling back to Iron Treads, and then going back to Roaring Moon and DDing. But my qualm with that is I wouldn't have the attack boost, so I might not one-shot. I'm probably one-shotting Tusk. I doubt he's Woolly max Tusk. Nobody runs that. So, you know, that could have worked as well, which would have likely made sure it would have never come down to anything. But I took the right gamble. I was like, head calc sucker punch from Samurai is probably not the strongest. So it panned out and he got counter swept. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Be back tomorrow and I'll see you in the next one. Yanmega did nothing. Peace.